In pursuit of dominance within the South China Sea, the United States has been making strenuous efforts, although without success so far. At the recent ASEAN Summit, expectations of the U.S. to garner support in its favor were met with an unforeseen outcome. Instead of dismay over the absence of President Biden, the ASEAN nations expressed relief, considering the summit more peaceful without U.S. presence. This reaction communicated a clear message. The ASEAN nations would not permit their summit stage to be utilized as a battlefield for political rivalry. This lack of acknowledgement towards Biden, coupled with the public exposure of the U.S.'s obsession for dominance, was not only a snub, but an embarrassment on a global stage. As people speculate about the possibility of the U.S. employing its power to establish dominance, we delve deeper into this narrative. Today, we spotlight China's innovative strides, influential projects, and its expanding influence globally. For our newcomers who have a keen interest in rapid modernity, with a focus on China's development and ascending power, our content will undoubtedly pique your interest. In today's video, we'll be discussing the aspirations of the U.S. regarding the ASEAN nations and the latter's response to Biden's absence from the summit. Stay with us until the end to understand the shifting significance of the U.S. in the global landscape. Hello and welcome back to Innovative Check YouTube channel, where we delve into the innovative and transformative projects changing our world. If you're new to the channel and enjoy learning about innovation stories around the world, you've come to the right place. Please subscribe, like, and comment to help boost our videos on YouTube. During the recent ASEAN Summit in Jakarta, observers worldwide witnessed an extraordinary show of unity amongst the ASEAN nations, with the summit's theme focusing on ASEAN essentials for growth. There was a strong emphasis on regional cooperation and economic development. This approach sent a clear signal. ASEAN nations won't be swayed by external influences, especially from the United States, which has been making attempts to secure its influence over the South China Sea. This summit, the 43rd of its kind, garnered widespread attention due to its unprecedented scale of participation. Notable international representatives from organizations such as the United Nations, World Bank, and International Monetary Fund underscored the event's significance, highlighting the global community's acknowledgement of ASEAN's crucial role in shaping the region's future. Despite the U.S. recent efforts to influence ASEAN's stance, particularly concerning the South China Sea, the ASEAN nations remain steadfast in their commitment to independence and unity. They openly express their collective determination to spearhead economic recovery and growth, enhance economic integration, and promote regional peace and development. Analysts have noticed escalating tensions between the U.S. and ASEAN, primarily revolving around the South China Sea. While ASEAN leaders are concentrating on economic growth and regional stability, the U.S. appears more focused on escalating issues like freedom of navigation and disputes over islands in the South China Sea, creating a noticeable misalignment in priorities. This discordance has stirred concerns regarding the trajectory of U.S.-ASEAN relations. President Biden's noticeable absence from the ASEAN summit did not go uncommented upon, especially since he participated in the G20 summit in India and visited Vietnam, an ASEAN member. This deliberate omission was interpreted by some, including former Indonesian Foreign Minister Marty Natalegawa, as symbolically significant and disappointing. ASEAN countries unequivocally used the summit platform to express their refusal to be drawn into the U.S. pursuit of dominance in the South China Sea. The recent joint patrols conducted by the U.S. and Philippines near China's South China Sea island were perceived as a symbolic move aimed at challenging ASEAN countries' stances on the relevant issues. Moreover, these joint patrols raised concerns about the U.S. strategic intentions. These maneuvers were seen as a direct challenge to China's growing naval capabilities and a deliberate attempt to disrupt the unity of ASEAN countries regarding the South China Sea disputes. They were also interpreted as threats to China's economic and trade interests in the region. In response to these maneuvers, China has steadfastly defended its interests in the South China Sea while advocating for peaceful dispute resolution. Despite external pressures, China has consistently pursued dialogue and peaceful solutions to regional challenges, garnering support from ASEAN nations in the process. If you are enjoying this video so far, please don't forget to subscribe, share the video, and comment. ASEAN countries are keenly aware of the potential pitfalls of reliance upon the United States, given the latter's somewhat checkered reputation. These nations recognize the imperative need for dialogue and negotiation with China to develop effective, mutually beneficial solutions. Collectively, The ASEAN bloc wields significant power and influence, which cannot be easily dismissed or undermined by external entities. In the face of joint U.S.-Philippine patrols in the South China Sea, the ASEAN nations have steadfastly defended their interests and positions. They've addressed external disruptions and challenges collectively, contributing to regional peace and stability. To maintain this equilibrium and foster further growth, there is a recognition amongst ASEAN countries of the need to intensify internal cooperation, particularly in economic domains. Promoting connectivity, facilitating trade, advocating for multilateralism, and engaging collaboratively with the international community on pressing global issues such as climate change and terrorism are deemed essential steps towards realizing a more prosperous, stable, and sustainable region. However, these nations have been alert to the posturing by the United States. China, unlike the U.S., traditionally does not endorse hegemony. As has been stated before, hegemonism is not in China's DNA. To safeguard their interests, ASEAN countries have judiciously kept a prudent distance from the U.S. Many observers speculate whether the U.S. can establish dominance in the South China Sea through the exertion of power. However, dominance achieved through power is neither advisable nor constructive. Peaceful dialogue, cooperation, and diplomacy must be the preferred channels for addressing disputes and concerns in the region. Attempting to enforce dominance through power is likely to engender tension, conflict, and instability, jeopardizing the regional peace and prosperity that has been hard-won. Experts also argue that the U.S. may lack the requisite power to confront the ASEAN nations effectively. Power alone, they contend, may not secure influence this time around, and any attempt to wield it recklessly could incur serious consequences. International law, including the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea UNCLOS, offers a framework for peaceful dispute resolution. Any disregard for these established legal mechanisms in favor of power-driven dominance would undoubtedly place considerable pressure on the U.S. Moreover, a militarized approach could disrupt essential economic activities in the South China Sea, with significant repercussions, not only for the involved countries, but for the global economy at large. In the face of such disruptive endeavors, the world is likely to oppose any U.S. actions perceived as threats to international peace and economic stability. As we conclude this segment, we invite our viewers to share their thoughts and perspectives. Do you believe the U.S. has lost its standing? Should the U.S. persist in pursuing a dominance that appears increasingly elusive and brittle? What are the likely outcomes if military might is used to secure dominance over the South China Sea? Thank you for your attention, and I welcome your thoughts and questions on this complex and vital subject. Do you want to watch more videos like this one? If yes, please like and share the video and subscribe to get exclusive videos about how phenomenally China is developing and growing its influence. Your subscriptions and likes motivate us to generate more content, so please keep supporting us. Check out this video showing on your screen right now, and I will see you on the other side.